Hello everybody, I am Mr Kittemurt and today I'm with the Bammsters to present the first Troglobyte games. It's Hyperparasite. It's a twin-stick shooter roguelike, now released on PC, Steam, and the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. It's a game that you have to try, of course, so give it a try and have fun.
Right, guys, welcome back to this week's episode. This week's episode is a very special one. Yes, guys, joining me is the G. G's actually managed to crawl out of his cave, as well as our guest, and join us for a chat. Yeah, there we go. G, say hi.
Hey everybody, yes, it's another episode here on the Bammsters Rated R show. And as Bam said, we're out of the cave. We took a little break, we hope you don't mind. But I think we're making up for it this time because we have nobody else. Nobody else? No one else. We have somebody else. Mr. Kittemurt or Saverio or something. Mr. Kittemurt from the Troglobytes here to talk about Hyperparasite. Say hi, everybody.
Hi everybody, it's Mr. Kittemurt from Troglobyte Games, and I'm very happy to be here interviewed by the Bammsters, those two fantastic persons.
Some of the corners.
So, yes, okay. So what's up, guy?
Well, I must say, this one has taken a while, hasn't it? Because we met at Rest last year, where we did a quick recording just about the game, our Interest series. Except Bam managed to turn the audio recording on, and then as he shoved the recorder in his back pocket, he turned it back off again. So we have a recording that is video only, and the only thing you can hear is on the camera somebody 3 meters away playing the game, screaming and shouting. Well done, Bam.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, sure.
My fault.
Well, at least someone was enjoying our game, perhaps.
Oh,
so it's a good sign anyway, no?
Yeah, but I'm just amazed. That guy, I did not hear him while we were recording, but he's on the recording. Very enthusiastic.
Yeah, very enthusiastic. So yes, full-on disclaimer from myself. I know Sev for now. How long now, Sev? About a year now since Rez. We talk a fair bit. You gave me a key to the game, which I am eternally grateful for because it is a very fun game to play, and that's me saying it without any sort of guns to my head or whatever have you. I really do enjoy the game, and it's about time because you guys finally launched back in April when lockdown first began, and being what they call essential key workers and stuff, you've kind of got to go and do things. So finally, after a bit of respite, we get you on to have a chat. So do tell. What's it like in Spain?
So what's let's say I have to tell everything now.
Well, just briefly. Don't go into.
Yes. Okay.
Those are stupid, but just.
Tell us you're safe.
Yeah, you're safe. Yeah.
Yes, I'm safe. I actually started the lockdown a bit before then. When was everybody was doing? So we started a bit. I started a bit before. Let's say like 2 weeks. Because
you preempted it.
Yes, before becoming mainstream. And because I saw the happening in Italy, how the numbers of people, infected people, skyrocketed, and I say, okay, for me it's going to happen the same here in Spain, and indeed so. And now, they are trying to enter this famous phase 2. And meanwhile, we were in this situation. It happened. I mean that we had also with my studio, we had indeed to plan to launch the game, and that's here we are.
So. Yeah, here we are. So you and your team are actually safe. There's no need to cause any worry about that at all, is there?
No.
Yeah,
Let's say,
well, there we go. Everyone's.
the rest of my team is in Italy, and they also, let's say, they start to work remotely rather than to go in the office. Anyway, they are in a small village in the south of Italy. So okay, they were comfortable also working from home. And the only things, let's say, personally, we've been selected as a studio, as a game to participate to the GDC 2020 in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But it was an event, of course. It did not happen. I mean, we were very, very happy to go there. No, let's go San Francisco with the indie mega booth. Let's go over there, yeah. And then they canceled it. But was also good because the indie mega booth organization managed with the Steam to have the same games. They were supposed to participate to have the spring game festival. And so we were basically like in a special page of Steam with the indie news, and we had our game and let's say streamed 24 hours per day, and many wish lists, many people that could see the game. Let's say that else would be stay invisible otherwise.
So now that we know that you're safe and there's no need to sort of worry about anything, tell me a bit about yourself. What got you into video game development?
Okay, so what dragged me in?
Yeah.
I am
real questions, the hard hitting questions.
You remind me those moments. No, okay. No, due to my young age, I was playing the arcade video games and not the console games. So those horrible machine where you put your pocket money, and to have one different kind of experience, the kicking your ball to your friends while playing, trying to play football, no, you know.
Yeah.
So I was always interested in how it works. I mean, they were a machine very appealing for me. Moreover, unique because at the time each machine was a game, and you want just to have all of them at home. But of course, you cannot have. You're just a kid. You are 13 years old, 14. I don't know.
See, this is why I want to jump in and say, today we can.
Yes, today we can. I will.
Every time I go to like Gamescom, I walk past Numbskull. They have the mini arcades, quarter arcades. They're exactly 1/4 the size of the old arcades, and there's Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, you name it. Several of the old classics are there. I want them.
Dinosaurs.
Cadillac
My
Dinosaurs.
favorite arcade machine. I love that game. It's a great game.
I know, complete sidetracking, but now that we're old, have jobs, etc., I just want to fill my room with those things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're reverting back to your younger self the older you get.
Don't think I ever left.
No.
Anyways, so I'm sorry
Never
for
left that. No. Okay. It's good. I mean, this is exactly what we were and we are in the matter of our game. I mean, speaking of our game, this is exactly the experience. And coming back, let's say at the time, I was always interested in how a game like this, let's say it's created, but of course back at the time there was no internet. And if you buy a console of a friend of yours as a console, he has a game, the very first time he has a game in English, which is totally unknown language for us from the south of Italy. Let's say for Italy. So English, I mean, I don't know what's happening here, so you learn basically there the language, or even Japanese, you don't understand anything. You're just there trying to play something and dying for no reason, apparently. And also my great passion, I met also some people that were, let's say, playing role-playing games, the classic Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, and all the classical RPG, say paper and pen, nothing electronic, nothing. Okay, just paper and pen.
And a lot of dice.
And a lot of dice that you lose and buy continuously without. So let's say after this was basically my experience, and you have in that moment, of course, when you have a game like this, the first things that you do is I will create a game myself, because for better balancing, I want to use this mechanic, I want to see just you imitate something that already existed. You say I want to invent a new game. Okay, always in paper and pen. So in the city where I'm from Bari, in the south of Italy as well. I met people that were actually working in video games. Okay, I became friend of those persons, and let's say we are still, let's say, friend after 20 years. Unbelievable. Okay, so they were always creating video games under different flags or different, companies.
Yeah.
So they were keeping doing. I moved to Spain. I live in Spain since 11 years. So they asked me if, because the condition in Spain regarding video games, regarding, company, let's say taxes also. And let's say video games as a product, it's not a game, it's a work actually. Are better in Spain than in Italy. I mean, it's something you cannot deny. And so they don't know, within brackets, nothing about the rule of pen and paper game and let's say equilibrium. Let's say always within brackets. So everybody is happy during a D&D session. The game has a balance or something like this. Moreover, they are programmers. They care about something else. So we decided to open a company here, and I am also the game designer of many of our games and our IPs, basically. Okay, of course, it's not the game designing of pen and paper. You have to start the game designing of a video game, of a modern video game. And after a bit, I am here speaking with you. Both of you. End of the story, let's say.
So we opened a game and now we're having an interview.
Yes. You never know. I was playing D&D and now I'm having an interview with you too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's a good, concise story about how you got into video games. You liked them when you were a kid, and now you make them because you want to make them. So tell me a bit about your team, your actual team. How many are you? And tell me a little bit more about Axe, because I'm going to crack him out of his shell, definitely. I'm going to take a sledgehammer to the shell that he's created around him. Yeah.
Yes. So my, let's say... Yes,
it's going to kill me.
Yes. It's going to kill me too, no,
All fun and games, part of the show.
Me first. So my team is made by Axe, and he works in video game since 22 years, something like this. And
bloody hell.
Yes, I mean 22 years, and before that he was already, drawing at the PC. Okay, drawing with some program back in the time.
Yeah, you had to draw them out, and then you had to put them into the actual... That's how Mario was made. You had to draw Mario out on a map and put it onto the actual... code it onto the actual chip and stuff, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, at the time I was not... I had no PC myself. It was way advanced. Okay, so he started to be working with the 3D Studio Max, doing everything in 3D Studio, and then also with other programs of computer graphics, sorry. And he want to make video games, so he team up with some persons, and after you work. So he said, I want to make my video game. I'm looking for a programmer. And was not able to find a stable programmer able to help him in kind of, this is what he told me, able to stay with him in a project, including video games, because, you know, it's, I don't know, with the misfortune. So he decided to say, okay, I will become a programmer. Moreover, okay, so it took some years. He became a programmer as well. And you know, when you see people, what you do in your life, okay, you make 3D, then you program, and then you do something else, and then you make production also. You know, everybody of us wears different hats because we're 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and at the same time, let's say when he was doing the first video game that he published, it's called Etrom, back in the time, with the case of immigration from the north. Not we, but within our team at the time, there was a case of immigration from the north of Italy to the south. It usually happens the opposite, you know. So this person comes from the north to work on the south of Italy. And this is our the other artist of the team. And then in the same city, where the small city nearby, where all the team is from, they found other 2 programmers. So the team is now made by 3 programmers, or 2 programmers and half, or 3 and half. I don't know what to say. 2 artists, 1 producer, let's say 1 game designer, plus all the suggestions that come from them. And for the rest, we have some small. Of course, we hire other, you know, specific professionists.
So you do go outside the team to get some of the technical
expertise.
Skills
Yes, yes, like an animator, like pixel artist, which we do not have a pixel artist because, you know, something completely different from, you know.
Right.
Yes.
But looking at Hyperparasite, I would say that's something you need, no?
Yes.
And it's been done very well. So, right, we found out a bit about yourself, we found out a bit about your team, and now I'm going to let G ask you about Hyperparasite. The real reason as to why we're all here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, you kind of sort of touched on a few things, because you said, you know, back in the day, arcade gaming, and this is very arcade inspired and very, very 1980s.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, what?
Yeah, we came all from that age.
Yeah.
That decade, and also in the office we have they have let's say a coin-op, an arcade machine. So at the time when we started to work on Hyperparasite, there was 3 twin-stick shooters top-down, which is Enter the Gungeon and Binding of Isaac, and we want to do something similar to a roguelike. Anyway, we want to give a roguelike experience, something like this, because, you know, they were very interesting, very appealing. So in the arcade, in this arcade multi-game arcade machine, of course, there is a game that's called Avenging Spirit, where the protagonist is a ghost and is able to enter in the body of the enemies. So he survives thanks to the enemies. I mean, the enemies, they are attacking the ghost, and he enters he needs the body of the ghost to survive, because out of a human body, basically there is a time, becomes shorter. Finally, the ghost dies. So we say this is a nice concept and a different concept. There are, I think, 5-6 games where you possess. For all the game, the concept of the game is to possess your enemies. There are only 5-6 games in the history of the video game, I guess. And so we said, okay, let's put these in a game like Enter the Gungeon of Isaac. So you are very weak, because in a roguelike you die often. You have a very weak. How do you die when you are very, very weak? You have only 1 hit point.
Yeah.
So you touch something, you die. You explode. like this. You touch the fire or something, you die. So it's a very weak creature, but with the possibility to enter in the most in the body of the enemies that are stronger than you. So you need your enemies because they are your shield. They are also your weapon because your attack is very weak. So you need them to have a stronger attack, more HP, abilities that otherwise you don't have.
And then
To
with
make
the
the game more
difference...
interesting.
Sorry?
Yes. Okay. To make the game more interesting, we said, okay, let's put this is a arcade game, 80s, so let's make it 80s as appearance, and all the enemies are different weapons. As you unlock a weapon in Enter the Gungeons, you unlock also your enemies. All your enemies are coming from the 80s, of course. They are inspired to Ghostbusters, they're inspired to Robocop, they are inspired to many movies and other video games of the decade.
Die Hard,
So-
Rambo, Robocop, Rocky. That's just a few off the top of my head, you know. It's a few. You know,
Yes,
Into the
right.
Dragon. Oh God, there was that one with Dolph, whatever. Dolph. I can't pronounce his name. Dolph.
Dolph Lundgren.
That's it.
Dolph Lundgren.
Just call him Dolph. Just call him Dolph. Call him Dolph. You know, Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Oh my God. You know,
Predator.
Predator. Yeah, God, Predator. First
No,
Predator film is excellent. Oh,
Game-wise, if there's one that hits this one, it's the original Rambo First Blood game. There's definitely some of the same
there
feelings.
is, when you're playing the copper, the policeman.
So-
I do get the feeling. Thing is, every single person we've discussed is in the game.
In one
Almost
form.
every single action hero from the 80s, and it's in the game.
Yeah, it's like a Broforce.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
Only
I know,
Bro-
Broforce, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Broforce is
God.
very, very cool. So basically at the time we were also playing Broforce. We said it would be cool to have all those characters. And indeed we took someone, veteran, and some also someone from the A team. Also,
Yes, Murdoch, Mr. T.
Mr.
yeah.
T, exactly. So
You've got
called
fucking, you've got fucking Chuck Norris, but I'm surprised. I'm very surprised Chuck Norris dies.
it's too strong Chuck Norris to be in our game, so
Yeah.
I think.
My favorite joke about Chuck Norris, and there's a lot of memes about Chuck Norris, how Chuck Norris is that and the other, and death runs away from him. My favorite meme about Chuck Norris is Jesus walks on water, Chuck Norris swims through land.
Chuck Norris.
My favorite Chuck Norris meme. Now, I always find that funny. Oh God! I'll stop. G, carry on. Carry on with the game, G. Just carry on.
Sure, carry on. Yeah, sure. No, it's just you're right that there are all these. There's a president who's not quite Ronnie Reagan. I was about to say from another game. Yeah, Ronald Reagan. But
Reagan,
yeah,
Okay.
Reagan.
Yeah, Ray
yeah.
Gun. Yeah.
It's from
very well named. I'll let you have them. Very well named characters.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I like the whole visual style because it's prettier than the 8-bit generation that it mimics. It's a lot prettier because I'm sorry, I have a C64 emulator. I have games from back then. They're not that pretty anymore. But you managed to keep the visual style and sort of update it. And it's always nice to just beat up with the shopping cart, beat up one of those lorries, trucks, what do you call them up there?
Yeah, shopping cart, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just see the truck explode or people come milling out trying to kill you. Yeah. Or the
Yeah,
little
I mean,
love
there
scene. All the people at the drive-in movies start beating up the cars and people come out of them complaining. There's so many awesome little references.
How did you compact all those references and all those 80s nostalgias? into that game. It must have been quite difficult because where you find certain characters, I've noticed. I've played the. Okay, like I said before, you give me a key, I played the game, and there's certain characters that you find are within their sort of. You find them in a sort of place you'd think you'd find them. You know, you find, oh, he's there. Oh, that makes sense why he's there. Oh, you find him there. Oh, that makes sense he's there. I mean, I'm terrible at playing the game. But like I said, it's not the game's fault. It's my fault because I'm used to the first-person shooter experience. Forward, 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 forward. I'm not used to, like the old 80s games, 90s games, plotting your way around the map, using your mind to actually play around it. Just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. And that's what lets me down because I'm so spoiled with the AAA experience. And I say it's a AAA experience because it is. Having to play an old game like this makes you think. You have to actually think before you play, which is a nice breath of fresh air, particularly when you get to the controller and all the mouse and keyboard. You've got, in my opinion, you've got to use a controller for this because it is a skill that needs to be learned to play the game. And for God's sakes, a friend of mine told me to read the tutorial. I never listened to him.
And now you die.
Now I read the tutorial. I read it like 2 nights ago.
And now you go in the forum and you go in the forum complaining because it's difficult.
No, that's my fault. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. My favorite character is the copper because I like the fact that you can upgrade his gun. And that favorite one. The laser beam guy, also pretty fun to play. You just press and hold fire. Reminds me of the Contra laser beam, where it's constantly basically just walk around and you just laser beam people. It's a lot of fun.
No, shopping cart guy. Shopping cart.
Oh,
guy.
that is the homeless shopping cart guy is also a lot of fun. You just ram raid.
Yes, I mean we.
Where did you get that one? Where'd you get that idea from?
So it's within brackets. It's funny because we said like it's you know, of course it's not everybody has his own opinion, no? But you know, you have to in the game you have to snatch the president. No, I already said the president. You say like Jena Plinsky. Oh, okay, in Italian it's Jena Plinsky, like in Escape from New York. No, you say Jena Plinsky says president of what? And it's fantastic. You have to save the president. You say president of what? I mean, it's already fantastic. So you have to snatch the president.
Damn it! Now I want to watch some Snake Plissken. Damn you!
Yes, and to press the red button, which is the fear of the Cold War. I mean, we will grow up between two super powers, no? And we were in the middle among those two guys here with the red button, and they were menacing always. So basically, it's also this fear around already that, let's say, not the title, but in the description of the game, no, that you want to press the red button. So you want to become the president and destroy humanity. Okay, so this is the top, and so you start from the lowest of the weapon, which is basically an homeless guy with a shopping cart.
Yeah.
So you go from the homeless guy with, let's say, the most weak weapon to the highest of the weapon, which is the nuclear bomb of the president, and going through 60 characters. Not in let's say in order of famous, who is more famous, because each of us has a different reference, a different favorite, but you will find all of them. Basically, the majority. We want to put even more, but you know, time of productions. So basically, we were thinking always, no, you know, let's put the shopping cart guy, because anyway, it was appearing in some 80s movies, no? You know, when Terminator.
Yeah, there was always a homeless guy with a shopping cart.
Yes.
Terminator, and always a homeless guy on a shopping cart. Yeah.
I mean, there are, I think, 8 or 9 homeless guy, and at the start of some movies, or they are between the 80s movies, and those people are always, you know, they find
under a bridge in the middle of the night with all the blue and black, and there he is. Pushing a shopping cart, yeah.
Yes, or they win the ticket of the lottery and they lose it because the protagonist does something, you know. In the 80s, there is always those kind of people, and then all the references, all the rest are, or let's say, character that you find in a movie, well, a cop, whatever, no, you know, the cop that are surrounding the character, the main protagonist of the movie or whatever story it is. And then also characters from video games, like instead we have a paper boy, we put a girl that throws papers, is the paper girl. And you know, many other characters refer to video
Avoiding
games.
copyright at every turn. Yes, very well played.
They are inspired. Okay, you know, there are many movies inspired to Terminator. There are millions of movies inspired to Robocop, but you know, we don't take it's something like, for us, we're inspired because we like those movies. We don't actually, I mean, it's just reference, and that's all. I mean, in sign of totally cameo, you know, admiration and homage. It's our love. Hyperparasite is a love letter to the 80s. We used to say it's not a video game. It's a love letter. Our love letter to the 80s, because you know, video games, they were born that era. So yes, now you can grab it. But yes,
First Blood, Robocop, Die Hard. I wasn't a big fan of Snake Plissken. Sorry, G.
Oh, come on.
So no, sorry, G. It was just a. Nah.
Okay, then Big Trouble in Little China.
yeah. So
Oh,
yes.
Bam.
No.
You grew up on the wrong side of the planet.
No, I did not. Right? You know, Terminator, great film. You know, it's films like that. I'd much rather watch Willow than watch a Snake Plissken film.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
There we go.
not disagreeing with that.
I've said it. I'd much rather watch Willow.
But it's, I mean, Hyperparasite is a little bit violent. There has to be.
Oh, but that's part of the 80s. Massive explosions, huge stories to tell. Thinking around, case in point with Die Hard, thinking a way around the building. It's a very similar sort of mindset to that, I think. It reminds me a lot of Die Hard. The first Die Hard. Second one wasn't as good. The third one was great. The fourth one was just a film that was made with Die Hard plastered over it. It could have been any superhero film. Not superhero film. Could have been any film. You know, it didn't have to have Roy McCoy in there, whatever. You know,
Because I want to see like a Highlander, and I want to see the Kurgan.
Okay.
I don't want to see the Highlander himself. I want to see the Kurgan.
Also, what we else we were thinking about, you know, putting so many references, you know, of the urban legends. I mean, in the game there is, of course, there is a Big Trouble in Little China. When you say how do you put the characters in the right spot, well, the second level is called Asia Town. It's totally referred to Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah.
And we love that movie because it's, you know, it's just you know, just funny, but with many, I mean, with the sense, there are many jokes, many things inside, but you know, there is this you know, the character itself, I mean, Jack Barton, you know, I mean, it's a full it's very intense, that movie. You never get bored, that movie. If you lose all the, I mean, no references, I mean, it's full of classical you know, movies from China with you know, with Bruce Lee and the classical with the bracket American hero over there. So it's everything packed in that movie. There's a
lot of Hong Kong in it, right under the surface. Yes. Although, I mean, if you're doing an Asian level, Hong Kong movies, old Jackie Chan, the old ones back when they were really terrible.
I mean, you have to put one of those.
So if you had to describe Hyperparasite in its entirety, how would you describe it?
It's as I said before, I think okay, it's a love letter to the 80s from our point of view. Okay, and it's for me, it's more than a roguelite, because it's a game, it's a roguelite, but in few words, it's a gem you cannot miss. Not because we made it, but after when we were playing, you see there is more. There is a lot more. There are, let's say, the classical strategies you can find in another game, but they are, let's say, of course you accept when you die, because if you die or it's your, you messed up with the controls. Yeah. Let's say you messed up with the controls, whatever, you misclicked or something. And okay, there is always a space for, come on, next run will be better. And when it's not better for 2-3 rounds, means that you are missing a strategy. And then you can say, okay, perhaps I'm missing a strategy. Next run, it's indeed better, and you can apply the strategy, or you find by chance, or it's okay. Don't want to say yes, it's procedural, so it's always different. No, but there is always something to discover, because then you unlock a character, you want to know how to use the character. Oh, okay, it's wonderful. I will try to use always, but you cannot because you died before. And then you see that character you wanted so much, in another situation doesn't work at all. Or to defeat a boss, it's impossible to defeat. Not impossible, it's very difficult to defeat a boss. But with 2 specific characters, very easy. So it's it's like when you have to prepare your run. You see a mini boss, you say, wait a moment, I don't go with this character. I will come back later with the other one because it's better.
So a little bit of planning is required.
Yeah, it seems no, but yes, it's required.
Okay.
And something else that the game does, it's like Doom, no? I mean, when you play Doom, I think the old one, no? And there are 5 enemies. You know who is going to shoot first. So who is going to come melee, who is going to throw the fireball or whatever. So you know in which order you have to shoot, escape, then shoot the other guy, then move a bit around, then shoot, then strafe. Your brain builds an order automatically.
That was an issue for me in Wolfenstein, that you could just there's a path through the rooms that was just perfect every time.
Exactly, but when you see the enemies, you map what you have to do.
Yeah.
In Hyperparasite, after a bit of runs, when you learn, the enemies, it happens the same things. This one shoot first, this one, okay. No, I don't have to kill this guy. It's better to snatch this guy. So you have to take advantage of the presence of the enemy on the screen. It's like when there is a guy, the classical guy, whatever it is, goblin with an explosive suicide. So you use this guy to kill the other ones. You shoot at this guy, the guy explodes, and all the enemies are dead. And here's the same. When comes out, I don't know, a guy with a machine gun, you say, no, I don't have to kill this guy because it's stronger than mine with a simple pistol. So you go around from the back, you try to to take advantage of his presence. And you build, as happened in Doom, you build a mental map of what to do. Then of course you fucked up everything. And you die horribly, and you say next time I will do it better. But okay, this is.
I think you're calling out Bam right now a little bit, because we know Bam's method, as you said, just forward, just kill things. I have a pistol, shoot all the things. No, Bam, you need to think a bit.
Doesn't work. Sorry, it doesn't work. You can't just attack this game. You've got to. My next question was, do you have any secrets to tell me while I get my pen and paper? And I can just take notes.
Yeah, how do you make it through the tutorial without dying? I died 3 times in that one.
Go on, okay.
No, but for me it was any strategy tips from the developer.
Yeah. We have a wiki also. Because
we'll stick the wiki in the description. They can look. You can tell me secrets.
For me, basically, you need to unlock the characters. and you need money to do that. So if you go in all the characters, you check the statistics, you will see that there's always 2-3 guys per act, per level, you know. They are more lucky. Okay, one of these is the guy with the shopping cart. He finds more money. He's the weakest, but if you manage to survive, you will find more money. You need money to unlock the other characters. So there are some runs, you have to play some runs only to collect money, which mitigate a lot the grinding, because if you go with the guy with no luck, well, you won't find money. So you have to learn how to use also the weakest of the characters. That is not so much weak.
Because makes so much sense now.
So you are, let's say, this is one way to do it. Then there is another way to mitigate, which is a discount you can have at the shop. I'm not telling you how to have a discount at the shop. And then I like it. I like the game because like 80% of the game, of the time that you play, you have always, okay, I have to change IF if I can, if I'm obliged to swap to change host body, okay? Then it happens that you snatch a mini boss, which is unique. So you don't want to lose it. The things to snatch, to change the host body, it's finished, it's over. Now you want to have the mini boss as long as you can. It's totally another feeling, because until now you don't care so much about the HP until you can open a new host body. Now you care because this guy, it's I mean, he's stronger, so you want to have him alive. So for this guy you buy a medikit. For this guy you buy, you know, you find you find power-ups. You try to keep this guy alive. Perhaps you manage, perhaps not. And you will not, because after the next level you will die. You know, but there is a moment, 80% of the game is to change body, and then there is this 20%. It's totally different. It's totally different. And I realized after a bit playing, you know, you want to keep. It's like you are rewarded with a bigger weapon, because more powerful weapon, and you want to keep this weapon. That's all. I mean, it's something that you want, unlocking, find the money. Finally, it's yours. You know, it's a strange feeling at the end.
I think the way to describe it would be that you actually are taking. You feel that you've earned this mini boss, and you don't want to lose him, so you take better care of him than you would do anyone you just snatch. I prefer snatching the coppers with a pistol because you can upgrade the pistol, and it's like one shot, and these guys go down.
Yes.
Never managed to snatch a mini boss though.
No.
If I snatch a mini boss, I can tell you that I earned that guy. He's gonna work for me now. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. Sab, I have to keep a little bit eye on the time, because otherwise Bam will just keep talking all night.
Yeah, I like the game, dude. So I'll keep talking.
The game came out earlier this year, so for people who want to play it, it is available. Now, I should say, this is where I played it. But what platforms is the game out on?
Okay, the game is available on Steam. There is on Steam also a demo of the game. Yeah. So you can download the demo. It's the first level. Then of course you will like the game. Also in local co-op you can play, or in remote with the feature of Steam to play in remote. And then you can play the game on Steam. And then it's available also on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So in 10, sorry, I lost the count, or 10 or 11 localizations.
Ooh.
So local languages. So let's say you are quite covered.
So English and Italian and a few others.
Yes, I mean Spanish, French, German, Polish, Russian, both Chinese, Japanese, and Brazilian Portuguese, and of course I will forgot someone. Of course, I forgot one.
Well, so that's why I held this up, because this works really well. You need to get on like Android or something, in my opinion. It's just
It will explode.
Well, the disclaimer.
I know what he's doing.
I'm playing via Steam Link, so it's running on the computer, streaming. And then I can sit in the sofa and go. Worked really well. That was a good experience. It's tiny, but it's a good experience.
Okay, if you enjoy, yes, why not?
And I know, I mean, this is a game, the Nintendo, of course, that's where it should be.
Yes, it's also Nintendo Switch. Switch. We have many feedback. Everybody was saying, this game is perfect for Switch. This game is perfect for Switch. So yes, we.
No, the only reason why this game deserves to be on Nintendo Switch because the Parasite deserves to be in Smash Bros. I'll give you that.
Yes.
Right, this Parasite deserves to be in Smash Bros. Simple as. Right, but unfortunately, I don't believe the Nintendo Switch is a console. It's a tablet. So let's leave it there. It's on the consoles, yes, Xbox, PlayStation 4. It's also on the tablets. Nintendo Switch.
We cover all the kind of player. Yes.
Yeah, you've covered all your bases. So developing for the PC, obviously PC developers and stuff, was it difficult porting the game across to PS4 and Xbox?
Let's say I'm not the guy who made the porting, so I cannot tell you exactly how difficult or easy it was. I know for some platform was easier. I cannot recall exactly. Let's say you should ping Axe for this, so perhaps it's a good excuse. It's a good excuse to have him.
Get him on, yeah.
Indeed.
I imagine porting for the Xbox. I'm just speaking out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Porting for the Xbox would be easier because PC, Xbox, near enough the same. x86 and all that stuff. PS4 a little bit different, but for the Nintendo Switch, that must have been a bit of a mission.
I don't know because there is, of course, the Nintendo Switch, dev kit.
Yeah.
I know that works a bit, of course, as a other feature than a normal, but I cannot really tell you how difficult it is. Let's say yes, has been difficult. If you want an answer, yes, we'll go to some difficult moments. Yes.
Until Axe corrects me, through the Discord, your Hyperparasite Discord. I'm gonna say it was incredibly difficult, and Axe is he did all the hard work. Yeah.
Yes,
so, until he corrects me, which I don't think he will. He's a bit quiet. Is old Axe. Yeah.
Yes. But after he's
gonna ban me from Discord now.
Yes.
I'm bullying him a bit here. I'll admit that.
He has to play the role of the guy with the hard. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Happy days.
But then, Sav, now we've talked a bit about Hyperparasite, we talked a little bit Troglobytes. The game is out, as we said. People can go get it. So what's next? Are you just gonna maintain this game and update it for the next 3 years, or Hyperparasite 2, or are you doing something completely different next?
Let's say what we are already doing completely next is that in September we finish the development of Hyperparasite. So from September to now, I think for next year at least a bit more.
Yeah.
We are working on another game, which is a side-scroller platform, where it's called Edo no Yami, which is Japanese, if you guess it. Okay. Edo no Yami means like the darkness of Edo, or the age, because it was the Edo age. Edo is Tokyo. The character is Yami. Let's say it's also a name which means darkness itself. So it's Yami from Tokyo. This guy here. And we post some Twitters about the basic mechanics. So it's a blind cyber samurai. So you receive the data of the environment of the side-scroller map. Okay, but you don't know where the enemies are. So you have to use your senses, because you're a cyborg, you have senses, you are blind for story reason. So you have to use your senses to detect the noise. They are visualized with the ripples. So you will see the steps of the enemies coming to you or patrolling an area, but you don't see the enemy itself. If you see the enemies attacking you, perhaps it's a bit late. So you have to dodge, to attack with your katana, or there are some finisher moves. And I think it's a very, very, very interesting concept. To plan a bit, like Katana Zero, no? That you plan a bit what to kill and how. And here the same, you have to detect your enemies one sense of the time, because you can detect by heat, you can detect by noise, or find out another way to detect the enemies. So you know the position of the enemies, not all at the same time, because only one sense is working at the time. You're concentrating detecting only one sense at a time, and then to kill them. And they are still invisible. You don't know what they are.
So a slower game, perhaps.
Sorry?
A slower game, so it's not as rapid and as frantic as Hyperparasite can be.
Yes and no. It can become yes and no. No, it can become also frenetic, because if you enter in a room, you are walking by, in one corner you will see, or you will get hit. You don't know why, because you had the wrong sense activated. I'm detecting the hit. Let's say you can see the hit of a weapon that is shooting at you, and you have to jump at that moment. If you don't jump, you die, or you get hit. So basically, the last moment decision, because you don't know where the things are coming from, but you have to react quickly, because you will see at the last moment. But with the game, you will discover slowly more about your enemies, and you will start to see them and to recognize them by the noise that they produce.
And this is... Sorry?
Yeah, there is a Twitter. If you see our posts, let's say, of course, it explains better than me.
We'll make sure to put some links into it, and perhaps drop a few pictures in for those on the YouTube or the Facebooks.
Yes, we will do that.
But
or rather, the hard-working editor will do that. Right.
Hardly working.
Right. G, I think it's time for the penultimate question.
The penultimate question. Ooh, see, now we're having a fun one, because...
Now we get to the real question.
I mean...
the real questions.
We're talking Spain and Italy. Ooh, South and Italy.
This is going to be an interesting choice, this, I reckon. I'm quite keen to hear the answer.
Yeah, tell me.
Bam.
Go on, G. No, G, go on.
I did the last one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Drac did. I watched the last episode. Drac did.
No, you didn't. Because the last episode...
No. Drac did. Go. Do it. Give me a contract. Did you let that no one ever saw it?
What?
Sav.
Pizza or paella? Come on.
He's not far off.
He's not far off. No,
he's
except
not.
paella doesn't work in this one. But you're almost there. There is that question that we have to ask every single time, because Bam insists that we ask it as the penultimate question, because Bam doesn't Greek.
I don't English.
Sav, really simple. What kind of bacon? And see, now we're getting into some problems. What kind of bacon do you like? How do you like said bacon? How should it be made? What should be accompanying it, particularly in drinkables? What kind of beer, perhaps? Or since I said Italy, Spain, are we talking a little bit more wine for that bacon? So
for bacon,
yes.
I am vegetarian. This is my answer.
I know.
We know.
Yeah.
I know. We know. We have to ask it because it's the last question. This is. We know.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's where I always say seaweed. Seaweed
always falls
bacon.
apart. Right there, bang.
I can ask a friend of mine and to let I think.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely pineapple on the pizza if you want.
Pineapple pizza. Yes, yes. I'm a pineapple pizza person.
No.
Okay,
Good
sorry.
pizza.
No way. Okay. Everybody can do whatever he wants. Okay, don't worry. I warm up also the sushi because it's very cold, so I put the microwave, and stuff like this.
Microwave
sushi. Make sure you don't tell people on Reddit about that.
Yes. No, okay. When you see...
So drinks then. I know plenty of vegans or vegetarians, vegans, whatever they drink. What drink do you think will go well with pineapple pizza?
No, okay, no, let's say... no. Look, with the... I think it's very personal. Sometimes I go in Spain. Okay, we can make a bit difference. In Spain, there is only one in Barcelona. There is only one beer that I like, which goes with also with the pizza. As I do not. I prefer to have a glass of wine because all the beers here, personally, mainly the commercial, I don't like them. Personal taste, huh?
Yeah.
In Italy, yes, I will take the local beer that we have in our city. I wouldn't, even if the wine it's also very, very acceptable, let's say. But in Spain, here we'll take one specific brand or wine.
I mean, if you're up in Barcelona, you take the fast train over, you're in Comunidad Rioja, some of the best wines around. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people don't like Rioja wines. They are good.
Yes.
They're easy to drink.
Yes, there was... That's dangerous. I mean, there is a drink, yes. It's dangerous.
And if
well, there
most
we go.
of a BAM, if you get the chance, head over Logroño, that's in Comunidad Rioja, and just go amok at the downtown Logroño for all the tapas bars and then some good wine.
All I heard was pub crawl. There we go. That's all I heard, pub crawl.
Yes.
Let's go. So there we go. No bacon, but you'd have pineapple pizza accompanying with a lovely, lovely, refreshing wine. And you, sir, are the second person I know that sticks pineapple on their pizza. And I know the editor is going to love that. Cedric, I'm not the only one. Yeah.
Don't. Okay. It was a joke. Don't tell him that it was a joke. Don't let him.
No,
live,
he knows now. He knows now. He knows now.
Yes. Shh.
Right, Sav,
it's very
thank you very
good.
much. Thank you very much for coming along, Sav. Talk about yourself, your team, and your game. It was a long time in the making.
Okay.
And for launching on all 4 platforms, well done. Not many people do that, or can do that. Great time chatting with you. I've laughed a lot. Thank you very much, Sav. It was a great time chatting. Thank you for coming.
I thank you also because I remember when G was coming at the Reds, he saw the game and he called you and say, "Come to check this one. Come to check this out. Look at this. Look at this." He was insisting he was insisting that you would, come to see the game. And I remember, and I thought you were, discovering, I hope you were publishers or something, or investors. Like they say, "Look here what you have. Where was this person?" And that was really concerning. I would say, what they're going to think. I mean, you were very interested, and I like, because it seems, let's say, don't take it bad. I mean, the eye of an expert person that saw so many things, and they said, "This one is different for some reason, whatever."
Yeah.
And then you want to know more, no? Not because, okay, this is another game to play. We go around, we try all of them. It seems that you didn't want to play some games, and you stopped by our booth and say, Bam, come to see you. So thank you.
Because this
I
one
think-
was different. Honestly,
Yeah,
it was different. Like I said, Res, there was like 3-4 games that really stuck out to me. Yours was one of them, dude. Seriously, good game. It's a good game.
No, thank you, because it's a good feeling. It was it's a good feeling to a sign of appreciation. Let's say it's very welcome. I mean, it's very appreciated.
No problems at all. No problems at all. Happy
I would
days.
say normally this is where I give all my praise about the game. I think I've done that already.
Yeah.
It is a good game. It's good fun for somebody my age. It's a lot of callbacks. I mean, my video gaming past goes back to the 70s, but the part that I remember best is the 80s, the 8-bit, the movies.
That's old. 70. That's old, man. You're old.
So for me, it's a lot of nostalgia, but it is a good game. And I like the twin sticks. Twin-stick games work well for me. Even though Brain has to do that thing, where you have to point in different directions with different thumbs. And it works really well. The mechanics, the controls are really nicely implemented. As I said, I'm playing it via Steam Link. There's a place where you find controls, or find out if controls are poorly implemented. So when you play via Steam Link, there's a few others that are just utterly terrible, but they're sharp enough, they work well. I suck at the game. But
I suck as well. But like I said, it's a skill. It's not
it's
like a
skill-based
instant
game.
jump in, instant gratification.
Yeah.
You get the gratification through learning how to play the game through your own faults and through your own strategies. And my strategies suck.
Yeah.
Until I read the tutorial, which I didn't do. I didn't bother doing. I just jumped straight in. I should have read the tutorial. The game is so much better now because I can figure my way through the paths.
we can't get them to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
We're trying to sign
Good
off.
game. I can play better. I'm happy. I'm a better player thanks to the tutorial, which I didn't do.
Yeah, thanks for the tutorial.
But it is
It's a
also
good tutorial. Yeah.
Shush, Bam. It is also coming up on the midnights here while we're recording, so I think we should be letting him go. Him and I both need to sleep before the workplace tomorrow. So best of luck with this, and we're definitely looking forward to the next game. Even though I'm assuming we're talking 2021, 2022, until we really see a release. So
Yes, okay.
yeah.
Whatever, even if before the release, I mean, for the people that are listening, if you are still awake, you can you can join our Discord, because sometimes, let's say, we are planning to show some playtest in order to receive feedback, important feedbacks about the structure of the game, and let's say what we could improve, what we could add, because of course with the eyes of the developers, let's say you see your dream in the way that you want, but you need playtester, you need another person external to the team to give a judgment,
Fresh pair of eyes.
exactly, to solve some problem of understanding the game, because you know what you do, but you don't know how another person perceives it. So if you want to join our Discord, and I will play eventually. I will stream some playtest, so everybody's welcome to join those sessions and to drop a comment. We thank you for now already.
There will be links if you're on YouTube down below. If you're on Facebook, I think it's usually above the video. Also, website.
Here,
We will make sure there's a link to the Discord,
this side.
to the Steam, might even link to the PlayStation, Xbox, and Bam's tablet version. So all the links in the comments, notes below, and leave a comment. Tell us what you think about Sav and his little Hyperparasite game.
Little.
Yeah.
Not little, it's massive.
So-
Right, guys, from myself, I'm Havoc. Thank you for listening. I'm out. Much love, guys. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Ciao.